This is Greg Williams, the Master Negotiator and Body Language Expert with the Negotiation Tip of the Week. Negotiation tip number 1010. To succeed when negotiating, use questions strategically to go from despondency to euphoria. When you negotiate, do you use questions strategically to go from despondency to euphoria? During negotiations, some negotiators become despondent because they don't know how to answer questions. During a negotiation, your emotional perspective and the way you respond to questions determine the flow and outcome of the negotiation. If you wish to become more adept at negotiating, you must use questions to control the flow of a negotiation. Become better positioned to achieve successful outcomes in your negotiations by considering the following information. Number 1, how should you respond to questions and control the flow of the negotiation? To control the flow of a negotiation, only answer questions that are pertinent to your position. If a question is posed that could support your position, but you feel it might be the source of potential friction, consider acknowledging it with a gesture and ask that it be put aside until another phase of the negotiation. If the question is not appropriate to advance your position, don't lend credence to it. Ignore it. You can use a shrug of the head or some other nonverbal gesture to dismiss it. Number 2, use questions to answer questions as a way of directing and controlling the flow of a negotiation. Another way to alleviate your despondency when confronted with questions is to respond by asking a question. As an example, if the question is asked of you, what's the per unit cost? Your response could be, is the per unit cost important to you? If you have control of the negotiation, the other negotiator will be obligated to answer your question while foregoing a response to his own. While he's answering your question, you're gathering more information and controlling the flow of the negotiation. Number 3, use body language to convey questions succinctly and with authority. In order to have your questions perceived with authority, be sure your body language is synchronized with the manner by which you pose questions. If a question is meant to put the other negotiator in a somber mood, consider presenting your question in a manner that represents such a demeanor. In essence, don't smile if you're trying to make the other negotiator experience dread, unless you're attempting to be sinister. If you want to experience the euphoric feeling one has when reaching a successful negotiation outcome, enhance your abilities to use questions as a strategic negotiation tool. Once you acquire the skill to direct the negotiation with questions, you'll increase the positive outcomes of your negotiations, and everything will be right with the world. Remember, you're always negotiating. The negotiation tips are: number 1, the ranges of emotions experienced in a negotiation are tied directly to how you answer and ask questions. Answer questions with this thought in mind. Number 2, negotiators experience a wide range of emotions promoted by the questions posed. In order to become a better negotiator, learn to use questions strategically. Number 3, by posing and responding to questions strategically, you decrease the potential for despondency and improve your chances of reaching a successful negotiation outcome. That's it for this week. If you'd like to gain more insight about when to use the appropriate strategy and tactic during a negotiation and how to read body language, please go to www.themasternegotiator.com. Once there, click on Free Negotiation Tips. I look forward to seeing you again with next week's Negotiation Tip of the Week. This is Greg Williams, the Master Negotiator and Body Language Expert, saying, remember, you're always negotiating.